Hey, everybody, and welcome to Account Management Secrets, where we are mastering account management one episode at a time. My name is Alex Raymond, and after more than 10 years of working with thousands of account managers across hundreds of companies, I've really seen what it takes to make the best account managers stand out from the rest. And that's really what we're all about here at Account Management Secrets. In today's solo episode, I want to talk to you about why account management is more important than ever in 2024 and why you should join a community that's redefining what it means to be a successful account manager. So let me ask you a question. What if I told you that you are responsible for over 70% of your company's revenue, yet you probably don't get the recognition, resources, or support that you deserve? Sounds familiar, right? This is the reality for most account managers, and we know that today. Account managers take huge responsibility within their companies. They generate so much revenue. So much of the company's revenue goes past their desks, and yet they don't get the recognition they deserve. They don't get the credit they deserve. All the credit always goes to the new sales team who gets to ring a gong, and account managers typically don't. It's sort of assumed that account managers are operating in the background in sort of like a status quo. And, it's really amazing because account managers are driving growth, they're driving profitability, they're securing renewals, they're finding upsells, and the spotlight doesn't shine on them. So today, we're going to change that narrative. We're going to change the story around account managers. You are the driver of growth and business success, and it's time you get the recognition that you deserve. So why did I start this podcast, Account Management Secrets? Well, it's because I really believe that account managers deserve more. You're in charge of the most important relationships your company has, but you often don't get resources or training or support that you need in order to execute your job really well. One of the things that I hear all the time from people is that account managers sort of sit in the back row during sales training, or people always have to recycle the training materials that were done for some other group to have them match the needs of account managers. And generally speaking, there just isn't the support and resources that account managers need. So this podcast is for the account managers who want more recognition, more skills, and of course, more success. It's for the account managers who want to be seen as strategic leaders within their companies, not just relationship managers, not just paper pushers, not just the people who do the renewals. And I just want to clarify, it's not just me talking. So today is a solo episode, but most weeks I'm going to bring you advice, tips, and strategies from other people, experts who are chief customer officers or consultants or authors or deep thinkers in the space of client relationships and customer management, so that you can use those insights to make a real difference in your role. One of the reasons this is important is we know that 2024 is a very difficult year for a lot of companies. So 2023 was super tough. Growth rates were really slow. 2024 looked like it was off to a promising start, but it really hasn't been all that great. You may have heard some really dire statistics out there. There's some research from two folks that I know, Guy Rubin at Ebsta and Sam Jacobs at Pavilion. And when Ebsta and Pavilion looked at the market, they saw that, from a pre-sales perspective or new business sales perspective, 2024 is not looking great. So the latest reports are showing that sales teams are really struggling. Win rates are down about 18%. Deal values are down by 21%. Sales cycles are about 16% longer than they were a year or two ago. And what this all means is it's just taking more and more effort to close a deal, to win a deal. And that's a really important thing in B2B because we need this constant flow of new customers to make up for churn or make up for customers who are going away. So we know that 2024 has been tough. The research from Ebsta and Pavilion really shines a light on this. We also know, for example, that the number of decision makers involved in a deal has grown from about 5 a few years ago to 8. So this makes it way more difficult to navigate through a deal. So I'm trying to get a deal. I have to talk to more people. I've got to learn more stuff about the organization. I'm spreading myself more thin. So it's no wonder that sales teams are feeling pressure. It's no wonder that sales teams are struggling. And this has really brought on this era of profitable, efficient growth, as opposed to a few years ago, the idea of growth at all costs. So, for example, we know that in the first quarter of 2024, 75% of sales reps missed their quotas. So this is a really dire situation. And all this is important for us to know as account managers. So even though this podcast is for account managers who are looking after existing customers, we still want to understand what it looks like from a new business point of view. So like, what is marketing concerned with? What is sales concerned with? Because the better we understand them, the better we can do our jobs and deliver for our companies. So why is this happening? Why is traditional sales not working? Well, the old outbound sales tactics that we're used to just don't work anymore. So, for example, there's some data that shows that in the past, it took about 200 to 400 touches, so marketing interactions or sales interactions, to generate a sales opportunity. Meaning, if I had 200 to 400 interactions out there, one opportunity would materialize from that. That was about 2 or 3 years ago. Now, today in 2024, research shows it takes 1,000 touches to get an opportunity. So it's about 5 times more effort than it used to take to generate one opportunity for people, because outbound is such a crowded channel. So we know that people are wasting time and effort, and it's getting really, frustrating for people. And the result is that customer acquisition costs are going through the roof. So it takes longer and longer and more effort to acquire a customer, to generate an opportunity. We already discussed the fact that opportunity win rates are down and sales cycles are getting longer. And so this really impacts the CAC, the cost of customer acquisition cost. And the payback period, which is a really critical metric for a lot of us to be measuring, has gotten way longer. So over the past 3 years, there's data that shows that the CAC payback periods have doubled from just under 2 years, about 21 months, to now 4 years. So what this means is if I win a new customer, that customer is unprofitable for the first 4 years of working with them. All of that makes the account manager's job even more important than ever, because we have to keep the customer for that full 4 years in order to recoup the investment, recoup what it took us to acquire that customer. Therefore, the account manager is more important than ever to make sure that customer is sticking around with us and grows. So we know that the sales landscape is more challenging than ever. We know that traditional approaches aren't really cutting it, which really leads to account managers coming to the fore and becoming a very important force for sustainable growth inside of a company. And this is why I think of account management as being the solution in 2024 and beyond. This is really where account management shines. And so instead of chasing down new leads and super expensive acquisition of new customers, account managers are frankly sitting on a gold mine, which is our existing customers. So we have all these clients. They've already chosen to do business with us. We know it took a lot of effort from our friends in sales and marketing to create these customers and to bring them in the door. And since we already have the relationship, our job is to now magnify the impact or amplify the impact that we can have. So our job as account managers is to create better relationships, to build trust, to be that strategic advisor or trusted partner, and to help unlock more value for our companies from the clients that we already have. So we're in a great position to do this. Account managers, we are always running around trying to figure out, how do I secure the renewal? How do I deepen my understanding of the customer so that I can uncover upsell opportunities? How do I make sure my clients are engaged and that we're helping to meet their goals? And then those are really incredibly important parts of the role of an account manager. And this is going to make a big difference to the overall business strategy of your company. So, the way that I think about this is most companies, their growth strategies go straight through the heart of their existing clients, right? Existing clients are more profitable. They're easier to sell to. We already have the relationships. They tend to be better advocates for us. So they are a marketing channel of their own. And the more that we focus on the customers we already have, the better off we're going to be, the more healthy our business is going to be. So in short, think of account management, think of your role as absolutely key to your company's growth. So it matters more than ever. And by the way, I just want to say, I'm using the words account management, but this can also sometimes be called client services or client directors, customer success, client success, key account management, strategic accounts. There's lots of different terms for it, but we'll just use this umbrella term of account management to say anyone whose job is to look after post-sales customers and make sure we're keeping and growing those accounts. That's really who we're talking about here. And so this is the setup. This is why it's so important for us to be doing this in 2024. It's a very difficult economic environment. There's a lot of uncertainty. Our costs are going up. Therefore, as account managers, we need to be doing our absolute best job to keep our customers, to grow our customers, and to make sure that there are no surprises out there. But let's be real. Being an account manager can be lonely sometimes, right? So not only is it a high pressure job, right? So you have a lot to do. There's a lot of weight on your shoulders. You're handling big client relationships. You're responsible for significant renewals. You're responsible for a lot of revenue. Sometimes you really can feel like you're on your own, like other people inside the company don't really know what it is that you do all day, that people don't understand the value that you provide. And that can be really stressful for people. And so I want to share here, that's really behind why I built this community called Amplify. And Amplify, that's capital A, capital M for account managers. Amplify is not just a learning platform, right? So this is not just online courses. It's a community, and it's a community of top performing account managers who want to grow, they want to connect, and they want to learn from the best in the business. And the power of community here, I think, is something that can really lift us all up as account managers. When you're in Amplify, you're not just learning in isolation. So you're not just like watching videos on your own and struggling with motivation or struggling to finish the programs. What it's all about is connecting with top performing account managers from all around the world, by the way. So different verticals, different countries, people who are account managers like you, but in other places. And this allows you to build a network of peers so you can meet and connect with people. You can find mentors. But most importantly, you're connecting with people who understand the specific challenges that you face every day and the opportunities that you face every day. So I'm a big believer that this is a time for us to be in community. This is a time for us to work together if we all want to elevate. And it's so important to elevate the conversation more broadly about account management and why it matters. So real quick, Amplify, some of the things that you can do inside of this community. And I call it a member community for career growth and professional growth for account managers. It's the only one out there. This is literally the category for this type of thing is in Amplify. So one of the things you can do is ask questions. So you've got a question, you need to prep for a QBR, or you need to get ready for an account review, or we're tasked to do some kind of like client engagement strategy by your company or something like that. You can ask questions inside of Amplify. Hey, this is coming up for me. I want to get some feedback. I need some ideas. I need some help. It's a great place to connect with your peers and ask questions. Similarly, you can also share your own feedback, right? So you may say, I'm really good at building, doing icebreakers to build relationship with people. Or I'm really good at doing business reviews, or I've got great command of this subject area, or whatever it is. You can share your experiences with inside of Amplify so that others can learn from you and they can learn from your experiences. So not only are you able to ask questions, you can then share your own advice. Of course, one of the cool things is you can connect with people from all around the world. So find people who are working maybe in different industries or in different geographies, and you'll find out that we all have similar struggles, similar challenges, and similar things that we're working on, but it's really nice to know that we're not alone. And of course, there's also an area within Amplify to download templates. So let's say that you need a template for how to do a voice of customer discussion with a client, as an example, or you need a template for building a relationship map and you don't know where to start. You don't know how to put this together for, maybe it's the first time you're doing it, or you want a guide or a roadmap. There's a whole tools and templates area within Amplify where you can go and download that and then put it to use right away. Because, at the end of the day, and I don't think anyone is going to disagree with me here, we have all the knowledge and information we need. What we really need is understanding how to implement this stuff and make it work for us. And so that's what you're going to find within Amplify. And then, of course, I want to share about the live courses that we've put together. And so this is really important. For a long time, I've done a lot of webinars. I've done a lot of training programs. I've done in-person events for account managers. And so I know it's really important to have highly specialized knowledge for folks. And so there's a whole live courses component within Amplify. So these are live. So they're live in Circle. That's the community that we use. They're instructor led, and the courses are designed to give you hands-on, highly interactive experiences. So this is not just, hey, I'm going to put on a webinar, put my feet up and kick back and watch a video. This is a place where you're engaging with one another. You're engaging with the instructors. You're asking questions. You're getting direct feedback and stuff like that, which really allows you to absorb the material a lot better, feel like you're connected into a community, into a group, and accelerate your learning. So that's really important. Our first course is called Negotiating Renewals and Upsells Like a Boss. It runs in October and November of 2024. And the reason that I chose that topic is when I was doing discovery calls to talk to VPs of account management and chief customer officers and people like that, one of the pieces of feedback I got was my team needs more help in negotiations, specifically around renewals. So I thought, well, let's make a course just for that. It's very timely because Q4 is a time when there's a lot of renewals out there. And so in this course, Negotiating Renewals and Upsells Like a Boss, we're diving into strategies, tips, tricks that will help you to get that renewal in place, find upsell opportunities, get it all done. So drive urgency, get the paperwork in place, and make everything happen. Future courses are still under development, so we don't have the exact curriculum yet, but I have a general idea of what the key topics will be. And it's all about things that are really important within the account management world. So for example, we're looking at doing a course on QBR mastery. So how to conduct a quarterly business review. Some people don't call them QBRs. They call them executive business reviews or strategy reviews or partnership reviews. All, in my book, these are all the same thing. They are important conversations that we're having with our customers, and we want to get that right. We're also going to do a course on account planning. So how to build an account plan, how to be strategic, how to be actionable, how to really deeply understand our clients' goals. We're also going to do a course on selling value. So how to not just regurgitate whatever it says on your website, but actually position your services or your product directly to the needs and goals that your customers have. And we're also going to do a course on managing client relationships. So how do we approach that? How do we make sure that we have the right level of relationships? We have the right depth of relationship. We have the right breadth of relationships. Those are all things that are going to be part of that course as well. So I know that the live courses part is something that is attracting a lot of people into Amplify. They want to expand their skills. They want to get sharper in certain areas. And the cool thing is all these courses are going to be live, and then they get recorded and put into the library for you to be able to watch later. So if you miss a course, it's no big deal. You can come back and watch it at a later date. So what is it that makes Amplify special? Like, what's different here? You've probably heard of other similar groups that might offer training or consulting or some type of program for account managers. And I think at the end of the day, one of the things that makes Amplify super special are the values that we have as a community. And there's 5 core values that I want to share with you that guide everything that we do. The first one is give first. Give first means help others without expecting anything in return. So our job in the community is to help one another and to be willing to be generous with our time and energy so that we all grow together. The second value is a commitment to growth. We're all here because we want to get better. We want to get promoted. We want to make more money. We want to be more successful. And that commitment to growth is going to be what drives us to success in the long term. The third value I want to share is do meaningful work. So I really believe that account managers are the unsung heroes of their companies and that we all do very, very meaningful work. And I want that to be recognized and I want that to be championed. The fourth value is accountability. So we're all here because we want to get somewhere in life and we want to get somewhere in our careers. Holding ourselves and others accountable is going to be how we get there. And then finally, the fifth value is no pitching. So I know that we all have cool products and cool services and we're all really smart, but the point here is we're not to be pitching one another inside the community. This isn't about us selling to one another. It's about genuine learning and support. So these values guide what we're doing within Amplify. So Amplify is built by account managers for account managers. It's not a generic sales platform where the account managers have to sit at the back of the room. Here everything is going to be laser focused on your needs, your goals, and your challenges. The output is actionable learning. So we don't want to just be learning for the sake of it. This is not an academic exercise. I want to make sure that every tool, every template, every course is designed to help you apply it right away. So whatever you've learned, we're not just in theory mode. I can go out there and put it to use right away and have that make an impact for me and for my customers. It's also an exclusive community. Exclusive meaning, this is just for account managers. This is people for whom it's very important that they grow, that they learn, that they connect, people who are really committed to that part of themselves. So that's why we built this space for people who are serious about their careers. And it's all highly tailored. So all the resources, all the templates, these are all for account managers. They aren't for other people inside the company. They're just for you, for your specific role. And then, finally, to reinforce the point on community. So this is a global network. I have worked with account management teams literally around the world. I know that many have the exact same setup and needs and challenges, no matter where they are. And your ability to plug into this is going to be super, super valuable for you. So why are we doing this today? This is one of the questions that comes up sometimes. Why now? Why is it important to act? Why do we need Amplify today? Why do we need this podcast today? Well, it's because, like I said earlier, in 2024, the role of account managers is more critical than ever. Sales teams are having trouble getting their deals done, closing deals. So companies are relying on account managers to be the engine of growth and the engine of profitability. If you don't step up now as an account manager, you risk being left behind. Your competitors are already recognizing the value of relationships and driving growth through existing customers, and they're leveraging that to their advantage. And if you aren't there to meet them or exceed them, that's going to put you at risk. So with Amplify, you're getting immediate access to the tools, insights, and the strategies that you can start using right away. So whether you're prepping for a QBR, setting a strategic account plan for the quarter, you've got all the resources you need to hit the ground running. So this is your time. With sales struggling, account management is the future. And with Amplify, you can be a part of the movement that's shaping how business relationships and client relationships are managed in the years to come. So don't get left behind. Now's the time to take action. If you're ready to take your career up a level, I'd invite you to join Amplify today. This is where the best account managers are coming to learn, to grow, and to frankly dominate in their roles. The best account managers are already here. They're already a part of Amplify. If you don't join, your competition will, your peers will. Don't get left behind. Check out amplifyam.com and become a part of this exclusive community for account managers. So thanks for listening. I hope this was a helpful guide to Amplify and the resources that we are providing. I really want to create this as a home for account managers on the web. And if you are ready to boost your career, to sharpen your skills, and to join a community of top performing account managers, please come check it out at amplifyam.com. I will see you back here next week with more insights and strategies to help you succeed in your account manager role. Thanks.